Testing, testing, testing. Here we are pulling Walter's Mustang out of the garage.
Tight fit. Hi,
Blu-Grit garage.
Oh wait, this is for the No Name Nationals.
There you go.
I got the official shirt.
There you go.
One thing nice about a trailer with brakes, 2 separate times with 2 separate vehicles, I ruptured a brake line and I would use the trailer controller to stop the truck.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Both times just happened to be in the driveway, so it wasn't like I was going.
But they had to be electronic brakes, right?
They're electronic brakes,
Yeah. So you were using the brake controller in the truck to turn the brakes on and off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Both times was pulling out of the driveway.
Oh, that's very cool.
Two different trucks.
Not, you can't do that with surge brakes, obviously, but
No.
with electric brake trailer brakes. And this is electric trailer brakes?
Yep.
Very nice. Okay. No editing required. So these are where the ramps are stored on the trailer. And these are longer than your previous ramps, you said?
They're a foot longer.
Foot longer. So
maybe with it raising it up and with the extra length, I raised up the nose. Maybe I don't have to put the cheater
ramp extensions on it.
Underneath it.
And this car's been lowered quite a bit, correct?
Yeah, I got a little issue with clearance with the exhaust pipe.
So the whole point of this is to make sure that we can clear the ramps. We're using aluminum because they're lighter weight. The wood ramps were quite heavy, and while they were very safe, it's just a lot of work to pull the two sections of the ramp out. We'll get a video shot of that here in a bit.
And I have a double hernia, so the aluminum helps out because it goes from 56 pounds or close to 60 pounds a piece to about 27 pounds a piece.
Yeah, he's not supposed to be lifting anything.
Snide comments. I'll have Anna edit it out.
We might not.
Yeah, these come in handy too. You can get aftermarket shock plates. You can hook your straps on too. And then in the front, sure I don't get hit by a car. There you go. They fly down the street. In the front, there's a place called Gateway Classic Mustangs, but I'm sure there's other places. But they make a loop that you bolt on underneath your strut. You can see where the toe strap hooks onto that. That way you're not messing around with all these different places to hook it up. Let's see, we got the strap off this other side. But you can see that loop hanging down off the strut.
Do you want to take a video of the ramp coming out?
Every little bit helps. So let's see if John's taking the ramp out. Yeah. This is kind of like one of those unwrappings. They're bright too. So here's the unwrapping. It might not kick over. You see at the very bottom, when you first hit the step, sometimes it looks good for now. Yeah, it's a pretty good angle here. Sometimes it's not that good of an angle, so when you roll up here, it kicks the ramp up and then it pops up off of there. But this looks like we won't have that issue.
The other thing you could do, you could just put a small piece of wood on it.
Yeah, but the small piece of wood would end up being under here. Usually I ran it up the center.
No, I'm just saying, put it underneath there so it doesn't kick.
Oh, yeah, right on the edge.
Yeah.
You have to keep adjusting with the slope of the ground, but you know.
But you didn't make that, right?
No.
All right. Are we recording or no?
I think we were recording.
Okay. All right. Well, you'll have some work to edit out.
Yeah, I got
So this is the procedure for removing a Mustang from the trailer. They've been together all winter long, so they're not necessarily crazy about coming apart right now.
This is the first time we're using these ramps.
This is a beta test.
So,
Guinea pig
and
test.
it actually started.
It did start. We didn't film that, but it started right up.
That's
Little gas in the carburetor, and away we go.
get on the side and see if number one, if the ramps bend. I guess over here, if the ramps bend and if they kick up.
Yeah.
That's the two things I'm concerned about.
Understood.
And then if you want to maybe look underneath to see how close the exhaust is getting to bottoming out on the trailer.
All right.
So,
Good plan.
three things.
All right. Exhaust, bending of the ramp, and kicking up.
You only have three things to remove.
I only have 3. I'll get 2 of them right, Walter. All right, exhaust looks good. Cut it to the right a little bit. Actually, no bending. You're good on bending. Yep, good on bending. All right. Yeah, on the far side, you got a little bit of exhaust grinding out on the frame of the trailer, but you're past the hard part. All right, and they kick up. Oh yeah, yeah. Yes. Yep, you're good. You still got about 2 feet before the front tire goes off the trailer.
So I got two problems. They kick up.
They kick up and you hit the exhaust. So
I do need my cheater.
well, the other thing you could do, see how that kicked up?
See that sucker kicking up.
Yeah. All right. All good. Yeah, so they do exactly what you didn't want them to do.
Except for they didn't bend.
They did not bend.
Well, we wanted to get all three things straightened out, which is not have the ramp kick up, not have the ramp bend, and not have the car drag. The ramp kicked up and the car dragged, but the ramps didn't bend. So now we're trying to figure out how. Yeah, this doesn't touch the ground. It's hitting right here, but it doesn't matter. I mean, the ground always changes. So we got to have something more universal. Plus, we drug the exhaust. So I'm going to see if I can get. Those are my old ramps for my old steel ramps. We're going to see if just making a board 2x12. Maybe having it come up to about here and then put a board screwed underneath that catches here, so when you drive up it doesn't shoot the ramp and break somebody's shins,
Because that would be bad.
that would be bad. They frown on that. So I'll go up, I'll see if the ramps kick up and see if this was enough to keep the exhaust from dragging. So cut number 2.
So far, good. Be careful of spitting out the rear. Okay, you're good there.
Kick it up,
Little rub. No, it's not kicking up at all. You're good.
but it's rubbing the exhaust.
It's rubbing a little. Rubbing a lot.
Did it kick up?
Nope.
There goes the clutch. No.
No, it was spinning. Whoa, hello.
Oh, what?
It was rolling back, that's all. Well, you solved the problem of it kicking up, but it's definitely still rubbing.
It's rubbing the exhaust pretty hard.
Yeah, that on the way up, it was rubbing pretty hard. It caught on something. I couldn't see what it was from here, but so my guess is, here, I'm going to come in there with the camera.
Well, you got that low part where it goes from single exhaust to dual exhaust. It's a 6-cylinder.
Right, and it looked like it hung up pretty hard on that.
Yeah, and it doesn't go up any farther. So I'm going to have to go at least 2 boards high.
Yep.
Or if not more.
I'm going to turn this off, or do you want to talk?
I have to go 2 boards high, if not more.
Probably more. It looked like
three.
because you're
Third board's a charm.
you were a long way away from clearing, and it's because you're way at the back of the car. To make a big difference here, you've got to go up quite a bit. I mean, you probably had 8 inches, 6 inches on those other ramps, and you can see right here as you're looking down this way, you can see how much of a difference they made, Walter. I hate to say this, but I think you're going to end up with a lot more ramp on the back in order to clear, and that's probably why you ended up where you ended up with the wood ones, was to get the car up high enough to where it would clear. And I don't think you had a lot of room to begin with. So as much as I hate to say it, I think you're
I'm about to use my heavy ramps for the first event.
yeah. All right.
That sucks. My beer.
We definitely have a hold my beer, hey y'all watch this moment right here.
So what we're trying to do is trying to get it to where the exhaust doesn't drag on that cross piece right here, and I don't feel like cutting the cross piece. So if it was dragging when the wheel was about here, so what I'm thinking of doing is making a shorter version of this that will raise this part to 2x4. Basically raise this point 3 inches. See if 3 inches clears that. I'm not going to take the car all the way off the trailer.
And you don't need to.
It should stop here if I have a problem.
Well, you're going to be past the point where the exhaust drags.
Yeah.
Like I said, we have a hey y'all watch this moment coming up.
So hold my beer.
I don't know if I got that or not.
Hold my beer.
Uh-oh.
I should have probably got gas for this thing.
It doesn't, come on baby, you can do it. There we go. And of course we have a car coming. Hold on. Not yet.
You don't want to get right behind, huh?
No, I don't.
Will a shot this way help?
Maybe.
As long as cars aren't coming down the street.
There's no cars coming at the moment. Close, 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 close. Rub. Go forward. Hold on. And that's where the tire is at. Go forward. Keep going. You also have there's your front shackle bolt. Yeah, keep going. Now you're up. All right. You also have your shackle, the front shackle bolt. I think that's what you use to tie it down to. That's hitting your wood.
The that thing that goes down and across.
It looks like a shackle bolt that's only half of a shackle bolt.
That's probably part of the old traction master bars.
Oh, okay, that's probably what it is. Yeah.
Where's that hitting?
On the wood right there. As you go right before the beaver tail, and then it gets pretty close up there. But you've got one low spot on the exhaust wall that looks like as you came over the beaver tail, and the front tires go down and the rear tires are coming off. Pretty solid interference.
So
we got one more. We got one more up. We can go if you want to try that.
Well, here's a summary of what we came up with. You know, the problem being is the lip right, the angle right here fits on a part of the trailer, and when you drive down the ramps, it tends to pop up and sometimes pop off the trailer. Rides along this little track right here, and so what I came up with is The problem is this little angle right here, no matter how you line it up, if the truck's a little bit of an angle or this or that, when it pushes down, this acts like a seesaw, and it pops the other end off the trailer. But if I take a piece of wood and put it under here, go off of this part, this little bit here doesn't seem to pop off or pop up the ramps, and then you can screw a little block of wood right there, so when you drive up and the tires catch it, it doesn't shoot the wood out and nail somebody in the shins. So that works with these ramps. The issue with these ramps is they're about 60 pounds a piece. They're 5 foot long, and you go at an autocross all day and you're kind of tired at the end of the day, and they get kind of heavy. And I thought, get lighter ones. It makes the trailer lighter too, because there's 120 pounds right there, just a ramp. So I bought these Chinese aluminum ramps, and they kind of had the same issue. But the way these ramps are made, it's just an angle right here. And a friend of mine, John, he actually dropped the aluminum ramp on his toe and did a job on his toe. If he did it with that, it probably would have lopped the toe right off like a guillotine. But these ramps, it's a wide part on each side. It's not a single angle going down. And you saw in the video before, we had things where we tried putting a board right along here to kick the back end up because the exhaust was always hitting on the bobtail right here. And we did a couple of things to help. I didn't go with the wood here because when it rains, water gets between there. The wood might rot, and I didn't want to tow the car kind of a goofy angle, and it kind of interfered with where I had the stop up there. So you're kind of going up and down, and are you hitting the ramp or are you hitting the stop? So I just decided to keep the trailer clean, and did take these ramps and shortened them. See a little burnout action there. And the ramps, basically I have 2 layers of wood right here, because that's where the car kind of sets. It's like, I use these ramps for changing oil too, but just a single layer there, some 2x4s here, just to try to make the ramp a little lighter. These aluminum ramps, the ramp extension I should say, these aluminum ramps, they weigh about 27 pounds a piece, so they're like less than half the weight of the steel ones, plus they're 6 foot long. But like I said, I still had that scraping problem, so I'm still using these, shortened them so they're a little lighter. I did put the block here so the ramp doesn't kick off, because I did kick these ramps out once. Even without this many pieces, it'll grab it and kick it out. The only difference I did was I got a couple of pieces of flooring here. You could just use scrap wood just to kind of catch right along here so that it doesn't push down and pop the ramp off at the other end. The other end of these Chinese ramps, they only come down about 1 inch, and you saw this ramp came down about 1.5 inches or so. So you actually, when you come up to the trailer, you are hopping up an extra 1/2 inch, but you won't notice it. And with it not popping up, that helps. With the lighter ramps, that helps. You drop it on your toes, it'll hurt real bad, but it won't lop them off. So I think this was money well spent. Like I said, at the end of the day, you're saving your back, and hope that helps somebody out there. So talk to you later. Thank you. Bye.